Hello, hello to our students who are entering into this evening's program. Welcome to the Stockton Virtual College Fair. Before I pass it off to our presenters this evening, students, just want to let you know that if you have a question at any point throughout the presentation, it doesn't have to be when that presenter is speaking, but at any point you have some questions you want to ask, go ahead and use that Q&A button that's at the bottom of your screen. Your camera and microphone are off. So our presenters can't see or hear you. Also, just so you know, not everyone will always see your question or answer, so our presenters can reply to you privately. Also, keep an eye out for more sessions in the future on that same website where you signed up for this fair, and this recording will be available in the future on that same webpage where you registered for this event. So without further ado, I am going to pass it off to our representative from Montana State University.
All right, hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Caitlin Ryman. I'm an admissions counselor here at Montana State University. Also a recent graduate, graduated this past May, so student experience is still pretty fresh in mind if you have questions about that. Now, I always like starting this presentation off by talking about the actual city of Bozeman, where we're located, because I think the place that you're going to be living for 4 years should be just as good as the university that you go to. We do have a population of about 60,000, and I always like to say that we have the best of both worlds, because on one end, we're one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. We have all the big box stores, things to do, events, but what makes us so special is throughout all that growth, we've definitely kept true to the community aspect. Now, we also are a huge outdoors town. Through and through, the outdoors kind of call year round, whether it's skiing at the 2 different ski resorts we sit right in the middle of, hiking, biking, rock climbing, and the hundreds of miles of trails that surround us. There's truly a lot to do, whether it's indoors or out. Now, looking at Montana State University, our population this fall 2020 was 16,249. This makes us this makes us the largest institution in the state of Montana, but again, kind of like the city, mid-sized nationally. We love where we're at because we have all the perks of a larger university, the D1 sports, the world-class research and academic opportunities, but we see a lot of benefits to our size shine through in the classroom. Student to faculty ratio is 19:1, average class size is 30, and over 90% of our courses are taught by faculty professors. We also have one-on-one academic advising where you meet with your advisor before you even start classes, and then at least once a semester every single semester. So you have this core person here on campus who's with you throughout your entire collegiate journey. Most of our students are undergraduates, which means that undergrad students are getting opportunities that they wouldn't normally elsewhere until maybe their upper division or graduate school years. They're getting their very first semester here on campus and everyone following. Now, the biggest fact I can throw at you all is that 50% of our students come from out of state. It was actually 57% this fall 2020. So we see students from all 50 states, over 70 different countries, bringing a lot of different backgrounds, making this a very vibrant campus community. Our students are also really active. We have over 300 different student clubs and organizations that range from fraternity and sorority life to backcountry squatters, where these students like backpack up and go deep into the Montana wilderness every weekend. So lots to choose from: student government, academic, and religious-based clubs. We also have 13 NCAA Division I sports: football, basketball, volleyball, track and field. We also have rodeo and skiing, so lots to choose from. Now, looking at the academics, we are R1 institution classified by the Carnegie Foundation, which is the highest level that you can receive when it comes to research. And in 2019 alone, we spent $167 million on research expenditures. Because of all this, we are the only university in the nation who is #1 for our commitment to community engagement, our high undergraduate profile, and our high level of research. Beyond that, research is so important to us here at MSU. It's actually built into every single major. You have to do some form of research in order to graduate from Montana State University. And the reason we have that is because it gives students hands-on opportunities to actually apply what they're learning in the classroom outside of it. We do have 8 different academic colleges with over 250 programs that are spread throughout each of them: a College of Agriculture, Business, Engineering, Nursing, Health and Human Development. Really, the list keeps going, but the biggest thing to note right now is that all of our programs are direct entry, which means you get to start in your program of choice day 1 here at MSU. We really want you to take hold of your academic opportunities, so why wait in taking the classes that you want? Looking at our admissions requirements, we operate on a rolling admissions basis, which means we don't have any set deadlines for when students need to apply. This means that you get to make a decision at a time that works best for you. And beyond that, our application is very simple. No letters of recommendations or essays required. And as the trend is happening across the country, we are also test optional, which means if you have those exams, awesome, send them to us. But if you don't, that's okay as well. You will not be at a disadvantage at all. And you will hear back from us within 2 to 3 weeks, so pretty quick turnaround on that. Looking at our scholarships, we have a lot of different opportunities, which is why I linked the website at the bottom of this screen. But the two big ones is our WUI, the Western Undergraduate Exchange Scholarship, which all of you are eligible for. So this offers 1.5 times in-state tuition, which equals $16,600 off of out-of-state tuition. We will not be looking at test scores when it comes to our merit scholarship opportunities, and that means that we will have an application process for WUI this year. We also have the Achievement Award, which you're automatically considered for, offers up to $10,000, again, automatic consideration when you apply to MSU. And that is all I have for you guys today, folks. Very quick presentation. And so we have a lot of different other opportunities for you to connect, both in person and virtually. So I encourage you to check that out. My phone number and email are on the screen if you do have any questions, and follow us on social media for updates as we receive them throughout the year. Other than that, as always, go Cats, and I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Thank you so much. We will pass it off now to our representative from University of Alaska, Anchorage.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me, and welcome to my living room. My name is Tiffany Vigiano, and I'm your regional representative from the University of Alaska, Anchorage. And at UAA, we value the significance of our location in the South Central Alaska, the ancestral homelands of the Dena'ina, Athabaskan, Adna Athabaskan, Alutiiq, Sugpiaq, and Eyak peoples. As the largest city in Alaska, we offer students some of those urban comforts that you may have come to enjoy: shopping, movies, concerts, festivals, and much more. The state's major airport is in town, so you're just a short flight away from home. It's actually faster to fly to Anchorage than to drive across the state of California. But we're also immersed in the beautiful nature of Alaska. So hundreds of miles of trail intertwine throughout the city. Some of the best snowboarding can be found nearby. We have more national park than any other state. And of course, you could take a weekend trip to see the glaciers or the Northern Lights. And on campus, you'll be part of a thriving community of nearly 13,000 students, 12,000 students. And you can take some pretty interesting elective courses like rafting, ice climbing, or dog sledding. And as a major comprehensive public university, we offer a wide breadth of programs that enable you to explore and follow your academic passions. So if you're not quite sure what you want to major in yet, you're not alone. Exploratory studies is one of our most popular freshman majors. But we do have some pretty amazing rocks in Alaska. Geology is a pretty popular major at UAA. One of our geology courses actually helicopters students to site, and this underscores our commitment to experiential learning. With more geologists per capita than any other state, we're able to bring employers to campus for on-site hiring every year. And engineering is another high-demand field in Alaska. We have dedicated College of Engineering, and many of our engineers are offered careers as early as their sophomore year. We partner with companies like ConocoPhillips to place students into internships, and students have gone on to work at companies like Google, Tesla, and Garmin. We also have a dedicated College of Health, where you'll find programs like kinesiology, dietetics, dental hygienics, and more. And across all of our programs, our 16:1 student-faculty ratio enables small class sizes that facilitate real relationships with faculty. This opens doors to research opportunities in some of our major research projects through the Alaskan Center for Conservation Science and the Environment and Natural Resource Institute. We offer students the opportunities to study hands-on natural sciences in nature. And then with over 100 clubs, Division II and I athletics, sporting equipment rentals on campus, a new esports lounge, you'll find plenty of ways to live your amazing story on campus. But we're also looking for adventurous students, and we know that adventurous students might also be interested in exploring some other places. So you can definitely do that at UAA. We are one of the few universities in the United States that are permitted to participate in the North to North Exchange, which focuses on Arctic research. But you can also study abroad or study somewhere else in the United States. You could do a semester in Hawaii or Las Vegas or Puerto Rico with national student exchange. And what's cool about exchange is that tuition stays relatively similar. So you're not spending too much more than you would be on campus. And importantly, UAA tuition for Californians can be pretty affordable. It can actually be less expensive for you to attend the University of Alaska Anchorage than the University of California because of our WUI tuition. And as an open access institution, we apply that mission to WUI. So we extend WUI to all students regardless of their GPA or test scores or personal statements. There's no separate application. And actually, our application for admissions only takes about 15 minutes because we don't require most of those things. So I encourage you to discover more about UAA, and you can do that at our upcoming event, Academic Preview Day, on October 28th. Students that attend can enter to win a scholarship. You can also always reach out to me personally or schedule a personal green and gold visit with an admissions counselor. And if you are interested in applying, our application, it currently does not have a fee. Here's my contact information. I'll give you a moment to take a picture of it on the screen so you'll be able to reach out to me in the future. And I look forward to helping you all become future Seawolves.
Excellent, thank you so much. And we will pass it off to our presenter from the Evergreen State College.
Cool. All right. Hi, everyone. So my name is Michael. I go by he, him pronouns, and I'm the Evergreen rep for the Evergreen State College. So I'm going to kind of slide through this, and I want to allow more time for questions, and also I'll give my contact info at the end, so you can always ask more afterwards. Let's see if my computer actually wakes up. There we go. So a picture of our beautiful campus. We're located in Olympia, Washington, so right in the Pacific Northwest, about 2 hours south of Seattle and 2 hours north of Portland. So pretty cool driving distance from a lot of different aspects, including the Olympic National Park. To kind of give a little bit of an overview of our campus, we're a relatively young college. We were founded in 1967. We're one of 6 public state institutions in Washington and one of only 29 public liberal arts institutions in the United States. You'll see this throughout a lot of the photos. We have a very large campus, but it's mostly large in the fact that we have lots of trees and acres of that. Only about 200-ish of those acres are actual developed campus. So if you enjoy the outdoors, Evergreen's a really great place to see yourself at. We also have beach access. I will say a disclaimer, it is not like a sandy white beach. It's a very Washingtonian beach, so usually pretty gray and stuff, but during spring and summer, absolutely gorgeous. We also offer BA and BS and also masters. Looking at Olympia a little bit, so it's kind of a college town. It's about a 15-minute bus ride to the downtown center of Olympia, and then there's tons of food places. I'm originally from Portland, Oregon, so I can say Olympia doesn't quite have as much on food trucks, but it has something. There's also lots of really cool things to do, really awesome nightlife. If you're interested in live music, celebrations and stuff, Olympia is really great about celebrating its history. As far as the campus and kind of what we have going on, we do not have a Greek life. All that funding instead goes into our athletics and our student activities clubs and such, which is really awesome because it's relatively unique. If you have 3 other friends or even just 2 other friends and you want to start a club, you can start one. We have everything from LARPing to Dungeons and Dragons to 3D printing clubs and such, tons of other things. Some of our clubs, like the one in Center, top the outdoor program, eventually establish into like more of a permanent part of Evergreen, where if you're interested in exploring the outdoors, they do entire trips for you where basically you just show up with the clothes that you have. They provide you with extra gear, camping equipment, sleeping equipment, food, and everything to go and do snowshoeing for the weekend or rock climbing. They also monitor our bouldering gym and our rock climbing wall and tons of other stuff. And also, if you just want to explore the outdoors by yourself, you can rent out gear on your own and just go hang out with friends in the woods. We also have sports. We're NAIA, so we have men's and women's soccer, basketball, and track and field, as well as volleyball. And we also have a really strong multicultural and queers and trans center support group and such. So if you're ever questioned about your identity or want to explore more about other people and their cultures and such, it's a really great asset to go and kind of just learn more. We also have a really active theater and performing group and such, where we work with Downtown Olympia to use their theaters, and they come up to here. So a really great place for kind of doing what it is that you love. As far as academics, because those are important too, again, Evergreen does what's called a holistic or interdisciplinary studies. So we like to combine a lot of different subjects and also make sure that you're getting hands-on experience. So say you're a science student who's doing marine sciences, this might be what your entire week looks like, is in the computer lab learning how to use ArcGIS for doing mapping, going out in the field and actually taking samples, going on walks, talking to your other peers and seminaring, being in the lab, going into the peer tutoring center to get extra help. So Evergreen really is a robust thing. Our classes as programs have quite a bit packed into them, and so we try and reflect that with the amount of credits that they take. To kind of highlight on that, instead of taking 4 individual classes at Evergreen, you do what we call a program, where you take those same 4 subjects, but you do them all under 1 quarter under the same set of professors. So normally you'd have about 2, maybe 3 professors that specialize in those areas, and so you get to explore all those different topics and how they connect. Because if you're going to school for botany, history might not really be your jam. And but the thing is that there's been a history of humans and plants ever since we started picking grass out of the dirt. So back in 1967, Evergreen's like, why don't we just combine things? So when you're doing art, you'll be doing botanical sketches and scientific illustrations. For history, you'll be looking at that, and literature, writing. So it's really cool because whatever your passion is, you get to explore that in all aspects. So you're not just having to take math on the side, studying how many times did Jimmy drop his apples on the way to market. It's actually connected to, how do I calculate the solar insulation for my house? As far as school resources, there's lots of things. There's a tour that we offer every day online. So if you want to check it out more there, you can. But basically, anything that you see on campus, you can use. So even if you're not somebody who's doing 3D animation or using the Photoland or doing art studio and such, Evergreen really likes to kind of have a Renaissance style teaching experience. So you can go in and get proficiencies and use tons of equipment that you normally wouldn't be able to if you were locked in one track, or if you were an undergraduate in a lot of places. So Evergreen's pretty unique in that you can have widespread access to a lot of things pretty early on. As far as tuition, I'll kind of pause here for a little bit so that way folks can kind of take a photo if they want. It's also all online, of course. We're a relatively affordable college, being a public in-state college. And then if you're out of state, we also are part of WUI, so the Western Undergraduate Exchange. So it can basically help you apply for essentially in-state tuition. And we have a lot of financial aid options and scholarships, so it's pretty affordable if you want to make it happen. Last facts to kind of wrap up on. We were voted the second most innovative college in the West. Our undergraduate teaching program is amazing. We're actually expanding upon it right now. We, as I mentioned, are part of WUI. If you're interested in doing work on campus, we have a lot of student jobs. And honestly, if you're interested in something specific like architecture or horticulture and such, there's probably a student job on campus that is available for you. So cool thing is you can be doing what you love and getting paid for it, which is awesome. We're a pretty small campus, I didn't mention earlier, but we have about 2,500 students. So that makes about a 1 to 21 faculty to student ratio. Sometimes that's actually lower depending on what program you're in. 86% of our students are employed or within grad school within the first year of graduation. And that's pretty much the main things I want to say. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up now. My contact information is on screen. If you also want to, do this with me in a longer format, there's also our website and a visiting section. So yeah, I look forward to seeing your questions and talking to you later. Thanks.
Excellent. And we will move on to our next presenter from UC Berkeley, International and Dual Programs and Summer Programs, I believe. I think that's all right.
Yes, you got it. All right. Let's see here as it loads. Okay, I got my timer started. Here we go. All right, so greetings everyone. My name is Justin Oliver. I am our new student and pre-college program administrator at UC Berkeley, and super jealous of you all as you're getting to hear these incredible options that you have from our colleagues from all over about where you could kind of call your next home after high school. So very excited to talk to you about an option here in the local area and not too far from you in Berkeley. As you know, we are a large public university here right near San Francisco and Oakland. We offer a wide variety of different opportunities, but today what I'm going to be highlighting for you is some of the great opportunities we offer through our summer sessions and study abroad programs. And so on this picture, you'll see a variety of different colleagues of mine who I team with, who we provide you with opportunities that you could do as a current high school student, all the way through being a newly admitted Berkeley student. So I'm going to break into those different options that you could explore today. Starting with our pre-college scholars program. So this is an opportunity for those of you who are going to be rising juniors and seniors, continuing on, where you can actually be a Berkeley College student during the summertime. We have 3 different tracks that you can enroll in. We have our residential track where you can actually live on campus and take courses here. We have our commuter track where typically students who are within commuting distance will hop on BART or they'll drive to campus. And then we also have a virtual track. So if you have other obligations, you may be unable to get to campus, you still could take courses through our university during the summer and online in the online space. With this program, you will be earning Berkeley College credit. So even if you decide not to call Cal home, you decide to go to any of the amazing universities you're hearing about today, that's college credit that you could transfer with you. But it is a great way for you to start to, I guess, taste test when it comes to your academic interest, as we offer over 200 courses that high school students can take through our variety of different academic disciplines and majors. You are going to have the opportunity in this pre-college program to learn from Berkeley instructors, sharing their knowledge with you, sharing their expertise, and that will once again deepen your own knowledge and understanding of different majors that you may be academically interested in. We also understand that many of you are going to be in that college exploration process. So along with the courses you're taking, we provide a wide variety of different workshops and programming to assist you in that. Everything from finding your college fit. Our admissions office also does a workshop on the college application and essay process. And so we do a lot to give you the tools to give you kind of that clarity and that confidence as you go into your college search and exploration process. And with this program, you would also be joined with high school students from not just across the state of California, across the US, but across the world, who you would get to connect with and you would get to build these friendships with, of course. At the bottom, you can see our eligibility for the program. So you would need to be 16 by the program start, which is in June, and 3.0 GPA, but you can find out more information on our eligibility for this program in particular by going on our website. The next programs I'm going to talk about are for newly admitted students. So if you are admitted to Berkeley, one of the options that you could take is a Head Start program called the Freshman or Transfer Edge program. If you are a newly admitted freshman or transfer, you could actually start your Berkeley experience the summer prior to the fall. It's a great way to acclimate yourself to campus. You get settled in, you could take a class or two towards any degree requirements. But our students appreciate it because it's a great way to, as I mentioned, get used to Berkeley and the Berkeley experience before the fall rush, before you're getting involved in clubs and organizations and taking multiple classes. And you're able to kind of gain a sense of the campus. So you feel really prepared. You know the campus resources. We also provide workshops so you can learn about, as my colleague was talking about, study abroad. You can learn about study abroad and other opportunities that will be enriching to you during your college experience. And with this program, if you want to learn more, you could definitely check out our summer.berkeley.edu website to just check out the Freshman and Transfer Edge program. Speaking of travel, this is another great program we offer for newly admitted freshmen where you could actually start off your freshman semester in London as a part of our Global Edge London program. This is a cohort program, so you would join a cohort of Berkeley freshmen where you would start off in the summer at Berkeley, taking classes together, going through some workshops to prepare you for your upcoming semester in London. This is a great experience because for students that have an interest in studying abroad, you're not just studying abroad by yourself, you're getting to study abroad with a cohort of students who then become your friends. And you're taking some great classes like London Theater, London Museum that have that international flavor as well. And this is a program many of our students have enjoyed their experience in and gone on and study abroad again as well because they got that freshman experience under their belt. You would have to be 18 years of age, and there are some other requirements in terms of which college you are a part of. But if this is something you're interested in, you can learn more by visiting our globaledge.berkeley.edu website. And finally, our dual degree program. So this is a really unique program where you can actually, in the course of 4 years, earn 2 degrees. So as a student in our dual degree program, you can either attend our university in Sciences Po France or our HKU partners in Hong Kong. And so you start your first 2 years off abroad, and then following that, you would return back to Berkeley for your junior and senior year, and at the conclusion of that, you would hold 2 degrees. All of the courses, regardless of whether you go to France or Hong Kong, would be taught in English. And it's a great program for students who are interested in the humanities and the social sciences. You also have a wonderful dedicated advisor, Amber, who would be supporting you in this program as well. So for any questions about our programs, you could feel free. I mean, this is a program for any of you filling up the UC application. You'd have to complete it by this November 30th to apply, and then follow the following steps after that. And for more information, definitely check us out. Here are our websites and different emails that you can reach out to us to find out more information. And so look forward to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we'll pass it off to our presenter from University of Alaska Fairbanks.
Hey y'all, how's it going? My name is Andrew. I am an admissions counselor for University of Alaska Fairbanks. And yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for being here. I know you've been in Zoom meetings a lot this fall, so I appreciate y'all showing up to listen to all these awesome schools. So let's get started. I am a UAF alum. I graduated in 2019. I lived in Fairbanks for a few years and lived both on and off campus, and I truly think that it's an amazing place, hence why I'm so excited to talk about it. And I'm now based in Southern California to better help students like you, so please reach out to me. So UAF is a small public research university. We're based in Alaska's interior, so up here towards the middle of the state. Now being up here towards the heart of Alaska, you're going to be experiencing a particularly unique living environment, complete with snowy winters, varying amounts of sunlight, temperature lows of -40 or even -50, and temperature highs of 80 or 90. That's right, during the summer, the midnight sun comes back, and we do have pretty great summers. You'll also have a chance to engage with Alaskan wildlife, and you even see the aurora borealis, as Tiffany mentioned, right from campus. And I've done both of these things. I've seen moose on campus, I've seen moose outside my cabin, and I've seen the aurora borealis, the northern lights, just by stepping outside of my residence hall on a winter night. So at UAF, you're really going to get all the best parts of college in the farthest north US city. So you're going to have all of those traditional experiences that you're looking forward to. You're going to live in a residence hall. You're going to have your dining halls and libraries, cafes, student hangout spots on campus with open mic nights, movie nights, trivia nights. We'll have student traditions, but all this is just going to be a little bit different because we're in the farthest north US city. So you'll notice that our student tradition here is snapping a photo in front of our temperature sign when the temperature gets to -40 or below. I too have taken this photo, but I'm chicken, so I kept all of my clothes on. But a lot of our undergrads like to strip down to their swimsuit to prove how tough they are. And it is true. If you move to Alaska, you are immediately tougher. It's been proven. And so, yeah, like I said, it's an adventurous choice. But if you're cool with the cold, if you want a little bit of a change, we're a good pick for you. So just some highlights of what we have to offer for you at UAF. We actually do offer 11 bachelor's degrees entirely online, and they're going to be offered at the in-state tuition rate. I'll get to that number here in a little bit. Now with UAF, you're going to get the best of both worlds with us, meaning because our campus enrollment is relatively small, a little over 5,400 students on campus with a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio, you're going to have the tightly knit community and the one-on-one time with professors and classmates that you would have at, say, a smaller liberal arts college. I say the best of both worlds because you're also going to have the funding, support, and opportunities of a larger public research university because UAF is a land, sea, and space grant university, and we're also a world leader in climate change and Arctic research. And so that means we have a lot of money coming into the university, and we have a relatively small student body for all of these resources and opportunities. And as a student, you'll actually be able to apply for up to $25 each year to help you fund your own research, your own projects, your own travel to conferences. It's all available to you. And we know that college is expensive and that Alaska is a little far away. So that's why we do offer WUI for all students from a qualifying state. So just by being from California, you do get WUI. And we also offer in-state tuition to any military and veterans and their dependents. And then we have a lot more scholarships that I'll mention here in a minute. All right, and at UAF, you're going to find the major you're looking for, whether it's Homeland Security and Emergency Management, Film and Performing Arts, Digital Journalism, Psychology, or Arctic and Northern Studies. We have what you're looking for and much more. What I mean by much more is you're going to be gathering stories and experiences that are going to help you stand out in a crowd, that are going to make you the most interesting person in the room. Take it from me as somebody who graduated from UAF and lived in Alaska for a few years, people are going to have questions for you. And so when you go to that first job interview, you're going to be immediately more impressive because you went somewhere that not many people have gone before. And so that's just something to keep in mind when you're thinking about taking this adventure of going to college. Our STEM majors are going to be particularly popular again because we are a big public research university. For example, if you are a mechanical engineering major or an electrical engineering major or an aerospace engineering minor, you will get to work on our private rocket launch site known as Poker Flats Research Range. We're the only university in the world to have our own private rocket launch site. If you're a wildlife biology and conservation major, you'll get to work directly with musk oxen and reindeer who live on campus at our large animal research station. And then this will help towards your pre-vet qualifications that require that you have time spent with animals, and you'll also get your wildlife certification by the end of this degree if you want to be a park ranger or a game warden. Again, just a couple of examples of some STEM majors that are waiting for you at UAF. Also, if you are interested in becoming a firefighter, we actually have several programs in place to help you work and get paid as a firefighter, either in our university fire department or in a local station in Fairbanks while you're completing your degree. So note the in-state tuition number here, just under $10,000. That number is for if you complete your degree entirely online, or if you have a parent who is active duty military or a veteran. And we also have a merit-based scholarship, the Nano Pledge, that you'll be considered for upon admission into UAF. And this is probably the number you want to keep in mind for WUI. So coming from California, this will be your number for tuition, fees, housing, and a meal plan. I think I'm running out of time, so I'm going to speed through as much as I can. Applications are open right now, and we are waiving test scores, so don't worry about test scores with us. All we're going to need is your high school transcript, any college courses you've maybe taken, and we don't require essays or anything like that. We try to keep the application as straightforward and simple as possible. And please try to apply before June 15th, because that's the last date you can be considered for the Nano Pledge, our merit-based scholarship. And again, my name is Andrew. I'm a proud UAF alum. I'm an out-of-state student from Ohio, and I was a UAF instructor. Please reach out to me and visit our website to learn more. Thanks, Al.
Thank you so much. And we will move on now to our presenter from Southwestern Oregon Community College.
Sorry about that, had to unmute myself there. Hi, I'm Jemiah Wassman. I'm an admissions coordinator at Southwestern Oregon Community College. My information's there if you have any questions. And just as we're the only community college here today, to give a little background, what we do is focus on the 2-year degree, the associate degree, and many of our students go on to pursue their bachelor's degree. And what we do is offer the same courses, those general ed courses that you would be taking anyway at your university of choice, and we transfer those credits over. So essentially what we're looking at is the basic courses, so engineering, psychology, those are majors that you would take later on at university upon transfer. And it gets more specific at the university. For us, it's more focused on the general studies. Some of the benefits of a community college is the lower tuition costs. We do have small classroom sizes as well, about 12 students per class. And we do everything to prepare you for the next step at a 4-year university. Where we're located is in Coos Bay, Oregon, and we're right along the Oregon Adventure Coast, where there are several opportunities to do recreation, outdoor recreation activities like surfing, windsurfing, all kinds of boating, fishing. And we do have miles and miles of sand dunes in our backyard, which is home to many dune buggies, and students like to take advantage of the proximity of all of the adventure things that we have near us. On campus itself, we have a fairly small campus, large in size, but small in number. We have about 900 full-time students, and about half of those are living on campus. We have dormitory apartments on campus. We also have a meal plan available, and many of the same things that you would find at a 4-year university, again, just in preparation and focusing on the general studies before transferring. As you can see from this map, you have several biking trails and hiking trails around the 2 lakes that are near our campus, hence why we are known as the Lakers for our 18 different sport teams that we have that compete in the Northwest Athletic Conference of junior college. And it's 150 acres in total. So like I said, rather large in size, but campus itself is all tight together and everything is within about 5 to 15 minute walk of each other. Some of the certificates that we have are athletic training. We have EMT and fire science certificates, welding. Those are some of the more technical degrees that we have, and then there are certificates that we have rather. And then we have our associate degrees. We have business, and also with focusing, going into marketing, accounting, management. That's one of our more popular ones, along with psychology, nursing. Nursing is a very popular one that we have on campus. We also have a great program in childhood education and family studies, with many of our students transferring on to Oregon State to work in their program. Computer science and engineering are very popular degrees that we actually do cater to prepare our students, again, upon transferring oftentimes to University of Oregon or other universities in our state. We offer an Associate of Applied Science in CIS cybersecurity as well, so that can also be a great preparation before transfer. A couple of the other degrees that we focus on, art history, and sociology, along with mathematics, biology, chemistry. Again, many of the basic courses that you would be taking at any four-year university. Criminal justice is increasingly popular on our campus, and that fits in with a law degree. So you can find almost anything at our campus that would fit in with your next step of a degree. On campus, like I mentioned, we have housing, and this again is an apartment style housing where we will host usually between 4 and 6 students per apartment. Right now, due to COVID, we are reducing that number by half. So we have 3 students per apartment maximum. And this is the layout that it would look like. You have everything that you would need, including 2 to 4 bedrooms usually. And we would also always have a kitchen and 2 bathrooms per apartment. So it's really nice compared to your old school dormitory, the kind that I went to school in. What you get from us is a meal plan, wireless internet, television, kitchen, dining room, 2 bathrooms per apartment, like I mentioned, laundry facilities and computer facilities, all included in the price of our housing, and also free rec center access. Our rec center has a lot of great things for students, including a rock climbing wall, full gym, and we also have a lot of different activities on campus for our students, including Adventure Club, which goes on different adventures depending on the interest of the students that year. But we have many options on campus for that, and so forth. We have 18 different sports on campus, all, like I said, competing in the NWAC, and we do offer some tuition waiver scholarships that students are eligible for. Our tuition and fees are all in-state, is the same as out-of-state, so we don't have an out-of-state fee. So it's $6,465 for the year, and our housing is $8,300 per year. That's the high end of the housing. It could be less if you choose to have a roommate versus a single room, and also the meal plan can vary that. So on the high end, around $16,500 per year. On the low end, some of our students pay as little as $10,000 or $11,000, depending on scholarships and things like that. We also have the Oregon Coast Culinary Institute on campus, which I can touch upon very briefly, but we have a lot to offer there. They are separate to Southwestern Oregon Community College, but they are connected to us by being on our campus. I'll go ahead and stop it there, as I think my time's up, and thank you very much. Have a good night.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We do have just a couple of minutes left, students. So if you do have any questions, feel free to pop those into the Q&A. Our presenters are here and ready to answer all of your questions. Also, because we do have just a couple of minutes left before the end of the evening, I'm going to give each presenter about 30 seconds. We'll start from the top of the order. Anything you want, last thoughts to leave our students with, maybe a cool campus tradition, and we'll start with Montana State.
I always like to just give a little bit of advice that it's never been easier to connect with a college than it is right now. All the virtual opportunities that are available. So take advantage of that and know that we are all here to support you along this collegiate journey while everything's kind of a little bit crazy around the world. So reach out to us.
And Alaska Anchorage.
My advice is always to step outside your comfort zone, and we have all given you a lot of interesting and exciting ways that you could try to do that. So find a way to do that, because that's how you grow, and that's what going to university, going to college is all about.
Evergreen State College.
Now I feel like I should give specifically advice. I'd say for Evergreen and possibly other places too, don't feel like you have to write your essay about a really bad, terrible experience to get our attention. For me, if you write from a place of passion that really catches my eyes, I write essays about mycelium and I know nothing about mushrooms, and those are like ones that I still remember, like, you know, a year and a half later. Also, I forgot to mention that Evergreen is test optional too. So.
And the Berkeley programs.
Yeah, I just echo what my fellow colleagues have just stated with you. I mean, we're all here to help you find your fit, find your future home. And when you do find the college that's a fit for you, max it out completely. You know, there's so many opportunities on a college campus for you to explore and take advantage of, studying abroad, clubs, sports, all that fun stuff. So just take advantage of it, and it'll be one of the greatest experiences of your life.
Alaska Fairbanks.
Yeah, everything everyone's already said. I think another thing that I care a lot about is you getting to connect with other students and like current students at all of our colleges. And so, you know, go to our Instagram pages, go to our websites, and look for, you know, quotes from other students or like highlights of student stories and how they got to where they are and what they're doing. And you can learn a lot just by, you know, like hitting bam, bam, bam highlights of these students' lives and experiences at the school you're looking at.
And Southwestern Oregon Community College.
All right, well, to follow all of that up, so many great things said there. Just, yeah, again, reach out to the schools that you're interested in, and definitely there's a right fit for everybody, and to explore every option, I think, is a great thing to do. So as many options as possible that you can look at that are within your interest, definitely do so, and try and get to know every option as best as you can.
Excellent. Well, we're just right about at that mark for the end of our session. I want to thank all of our presenters for joining us this evening, and also to all those students out there for coming to explore all of these options. Students, when you click out of the webinar, there is just a short 4-question survey. If you could please answer that for us, it does help with future programming, because we might have some virtual programs for the foreseeable future, and we want to make sure they're as helpful as we can for students. And check out the website where you registered here to see if there are more sessions in the future. And this recording will be available on that same website where you registered. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening, and I hope that you have a nice night. Thanks so much, and bye.